Here, I am currently in Sonora right now. This is right off Springfield Road, and at approximately 6 o'clock this evening, a small plane crashed. I'm going to actually turn this around so you guys can get a better look at it, but look out there in the distance. You can see a little bit of the plane debris, but at around 6 o'clock, plane had crashed out there. What we know at this time is that 2 people have died from that plane crash. It is unclear whether or not they were taking off or landing at Columbia Airport. The airport is just located about maybe a half a mile to a mile from here. So at this time, once again, we do not know whether the plane was taking off or landing, but I'm trying to get a clearer view for you guys there in the distance, so just bear with me here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay. I'll turn it back around. So what we know, like I said, at this time is at around 6 o'clock, it was a small plane that was traveling. Once again, we don't know if it was going landing at Columbia Airport or if it was taking off from Columbia Airport. But at some point shortly after 6 o'clock, it did crash. As you can see behind me, it's not in a densely populated area. It's actually a very remote area. There's a lot of trees and just other vegetation out there. As far as people that live in the area, we saw a couple of ranches, maybe, if even that in the area. So not a very populated area, but as you can see out there in the distance, I'll flip it around again to see, to get you guys a closer look. There you go. Out there in the distance, you can see some of the plane debris. We don't know the type of plane. We just know it was a very small plane. We know that there were 2 people on board. We do know that this happened shortly after 6 o'clock. Once again, for those that are just tuning in, Columbia Airport is about maybe a mile from here, maybe even half a mile to a mile from here. So it's not that far at all. This is right near the 21,000 block of Springfield Road. As far as there's no threat to any nearby communities here, nobody else had to be evacuated. The NTSB, National Transportation Safety Board, they have been notified. They will likely be out on the scene tomorrow morning to conduct a thorough investigation. But still a lot of information coming in at this time. We don't know exactly how this happened. We don't know whether it was on takeoff or landing. We just know that 2 people have perished from their injuries from the crash, and they were pronounced dead at the scene. Police right now, I just spoke with the sheriff, and the sheriff tells me that they are trying to identify both individuals that are inside the plane right now. And as with any kind of plane crash, there's obviously a very extensive investigation that is conducted through FAA, NTSB, and other agencies just to make sure that the proper information is put out there. So if there is any... Oh, that's just my photographer. So once again, with that being said, we are going to, actually I'm going to take you guys out here to see if we can get a closer look at the accident. So just bear with me here. We're gonna, Miguel, where did you go through? So anyway, as you can see, my photog is down there. He's getting some footage of this, but once again, for those that are just tuning in, this was a small plane. It crashed around 6 o'clock this evening. There were 2 people that died from the crash, unfortunately, and we know it's about half a mile to a mile from the airport, Columbia Airport. So we're still finding out a lot of information at this time, but just a tragic situation to say the least. We've been in contact with the sheriff, and he's on his way back here to provide some more information. Also, NTSB will be out here tomorrow morning conducting a thorough investigation on what exactly happened. So hopefully we'll have some more information for you with that. I'm actually going to try to get a little closer to show you guys exactly where this is at. So hang tight with me here as I try to get a little closer. Just give me a second here. Okay. Oops.